Final Cut Pro for iPad 3.3 just dropped, and I think it's one of the most exciting updates we have had in years. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything that's new inside of Final Cut Pro for iPad, as well as how to get the absolute most out of it. Coming out the gate is Auto Captions. Generate Captions is going to automatically transcribe your video, then it will add animated titles directly into your project. To use Generate Captions, simply come on up here to your content and effects, then select your titles, scroll on through and find a title that you like. I really like this one. Then just simply tap and hold on it, then select Make Default Captions. Once you've done that, you'll be all set for generating captions. Simply come on down here to your timeline, find the clip that you want to have captions, tap and hold, then select Generate Captions. Final Cut Pro will go through, do its super fast magic, and just like that, you'll see that we have 100 different titles all placed here on the timeline. Let's go ahead and push play. That being said, if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you wouldn't even need this video because I've talked so much about the magnetic timeline already. But that's not all you can do with Generate Captions, because it's very easy to customize these and get them looking exactly as you want for your own personal project. For example, maybe you're not happy with the particular style you chose. To change the style, simply come on down here and select all of the titles at once. Then scroll through and find the brand new title style that you want. I like this one, and I'll just simply tap and hold on that, and you'll notice that we have the option to replace. So I'll press that, and now all of the titles have been changed out with that new style. Plus, you can change the settings on all of your titles at the same time by simply coming down to the bottom left and selecting Inspect. Then you'll notice that you have options like build in and build out. Let's go ahead and disable the build out on these titles. And we could even change the color on these. So maybe we want to change everything over to a blue color. Plus, if you need to move their position around on the screen, they've also added that capability. Just simply come on in here to your text layers, making sure everything is selected. Then you can come up here to the position tool, and we can just tap and drag wherever we want this to end up. And you'll notice that these have all changed to be in that final position. Plus, we can go back over to our size settings and just adjust the size and scale on this until we get to a place that we're happy. But there is one last super important feature you need to be aware of that's kind of hidden. You'll notice that all of these titles are around 2 seconds in length, and maybe you want to have generally less text on screen. You want the titles to appear faster. To do that, simply back on out using this back arrow. Then we'll select the 3 meatballs in this menu and push Settings. From there, you'll notice that the duration of our captions is set to 2 seconds. So we can just tap on this and change it over to something like 0.5 seconds. Then we can back out and we can go back into the project. And if we select everything, we'll need to go ahead and delete it for right now. And now that those are deleted, we can just simply tap and hold on our project and select Generate Captions. And of course, Final Cut Pro will go through. And now these captions are going to be much shorter in length. Timeline tutorial. That being said, if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you wouldn't even need this video because I've talked so much about the magnetic timeline already. Now, in tandem with the Generate Subtitles feature is a whole bunch of new titles, themes, transitions, everything you can think of to make your video editing that much more polished here on the iPad. And you can get access to those simply by coming up to your content and effects. You'll see a blue dot next to anything that is new, and then you can select titles, say, for example, and you'll see that we actually have a new section which we can collapse or expand, and we can use this cloud icon to download all of these components at the exact same time. But that's not all that this update comes with, because it also has edit detection. This particular video is something that I've already pre-edited, and I've brought it back here on the iPad, but maybe I want to visually see where the cut points are on this video. To do so, I can just simply tap and hold on my video clip, and we can select Detect Edits. Once we do that, Final Cut Pro will go through, it's going to analyze the video, and it's going to do its best to detect when a cut has taken place in the video clip. And roughly about 2 minutes later, it has finished generating all of its cuts, and you can see now that we can visually see the different cut points of this particular video. Another super great feature that was added to Final Cut Pro for iPad, which brings it up in its feature parity to the Mac version, is the ability to detach audio. To do so, simply tap and hold on the clip that you want to detach audio from, and you can press Detach Audio. This now creates a separate audio layer, which I can tap and drag to move anywhere I want on the timeline. That being said, I know that people's first instinct is to use this particular feature when they want to create, say, a J or an L cut. So they'll tap and hold, they'll select Detach Audio, and then they'll create cuts on their clips, just like so. I highly recommend that you do not edit in this way. Only use Detach Audio if you specifically need an audio component from one scene to play in another section of your video. I instead recommend for doing J and L cuts just like this to tap and hold, then select Expand Audio Components, and we can simply create a J or an L cut in this way. And this is going to give you both a J or an L cut like we can see here, but it's also going to always maintain the sync of your audio. Because right now, if I were to tap and drag the video clip that I detached the audio from, you'll notice that the audio is no longer synced with it, and this can cause a big mess. So Detach Audio is super helpful, but I strongly recommend that you do not use it when doing J and L cuts. Another incredible feature that comes to Montage Maker is the ability to slip and edit. To access it, you'll simply create a new montage by just clicking on this button here. And this is the montage that Final Cut has made itself. I'm not particularly happy with the clips it selected, so I'll just simply tap and hold to delete one or two. We could go in, we could add some media here, and I'll select the different shots that I want to have available in my montage, and we'll push add. Then we'll go ahead and add in some music, and I'll just select this song here. And now we can see we have a 48-second montage here. Let's go ahead and adjust the speed and make it fast. Then after that, we can push play and see what we're working with. So that's pretty cool, but I find that I'm not particularly happy with the placement of the first clip in that I think that there's better camera motion in a different segment of this clip. So I'll just simply tap and hold on it, or you can come down here to the slip button and we'll select Slip Edit. From there, it gives you this nice preview of exactly what segment you're selecting, and we can just slide this clip over to a part that we're happy with. So I kind of want to start up high and then move down just like this. We can go ahead and preview it here on the left side, and that's looking great. From there, we'll push done, and now that edit has been added into our montage. From there, we can come up to the top right and select Add to Timeline, and now all of those edits will be here on the timeline. And of course, if you had clips with any audio, you could generate some captions, or you could come in, detach the audio if you needed to. All of those brand new features are going to work great with Montage Maker. Another super small addition, but one that I think is incredibly helpful, is the ability to jump back to the beginning of your timeline just by simply clicking this little button right here. That's the feature, but it's a good one. And last but not least is that Final Cut Pro for iPad also got a whole bunch of brand new keyboard shortcuts. You can now generate captions with Shift-Command-S, you can detect edits with Shift-E, you can detach audio with Control-Shift-S, you can enable the position mode with P. There are some of you that don't like the magnetic timeline. I'll never understand it. The magnetic timeline is kind of my best friend. But if you want to disable the magnetic timeline, use the P key. That's going to give you the position tool, and it's more like other NLEs, and you do you. If you make a good video, what's it matter if your timeline was magnetic? You can also split all with Shift-Command-B. You can raise or lower the volume with Control =, or Control-. You can increase and decrease the clip height with Shift-Command =, and with Shift-Command-. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me. This has been a super fun video. And make sure you press like and subscribe. That would mean a ton to me. I'm really close to 100,000 subscribers, and obviously that's only possible with your help. With that being said, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.